6" channel. This is going to be a video on the Tapco Infused magazine for the SKS. As many of you know, I bought an SKS last weekend at a very reasonable price. I'm trying to do cost-effective things to improve it, basically. I thought this would be a good way to, double the mag capacity, basically. Maybe even add a detachable feature. Well, basically this is going to be a negative review on this magazine, which everyone else seems to be in love with. And I will say one thing for it: once you get it sanded down right, it works wonderfully as far as in and out of the gun. Probably the best of any of the mags I've used in any SKS. But when you get this magazine, the first thing you'll notice is that there's an extra, I don't know, half-inch of plastic off the end of this, and it would not even lock in to my gun. I ended up sanding off the probably good inch of plastic that was on the end of that, and then sanding about 1 millimeter off the back of that and a couple millimeters off the latch, and taking a skinny file off a Leatherman and making this gap a little bigger. Now it works like a charm. Okay, but if that was the only problem, I would still recommend this mag because you can fit it to your gun, and if you have the tools, it's definitely worth the 15 bucks. I think it was intended to be used with their stock, and that's what the extra nose piece is about, which is kind of bullshit, but whatever. But as the plot thickened, I loaded up 10 rounds into the magazine, popped it in the gun, and went to just do a function test, basically running the rounds through. It was just pulling the bolt dry. And this is the aftermath. If you notice anything about 3 of those rounds, this is as they were loaded into the gun. They have been, I don't know what the polite term for this is, but shortened. Yeah, every other round would jam up like that and would push the bullet into the case. So I highly doubt it'll run well. And the other round, every other round it would make one of those. Well, the other one would jam, would like get stuck halfway into the chamber and need to be pushed forward. So it was jamming every single time. And this same gun is flawless with the factory 10-round magazine. I'm severely disappointed. I figured it would at least run. I'm not sure why it's doing what it's doing, but at this point this is a $15 device to manufacture 7.62 by 39 Kurz, which is German for short, in case you didn't know that. That's about all it's good for, in my opinion. I am going to try to get some Chinese detachable mags. The only other SKS I had was a Chinese paratrooper that was made to take the Chinese detachable mags, and they worked great. And I'm not talking about the D variant. I'm talking about it was one that was built from the ground up to take the SKS detachable. I want to try those in this gun. But as for now, the best economy thing I can say for this is buy an SKS with a fixed 10-round mag and buy an ass load of stripper clips, because these actually work. I mean, you can't shake rounds out of them. If you've never used stripper clips, being able to do that is a very odd thing. Most stripper clips do not hold the rounds that well. This is probably the pinnacle of design for a stripper clip fed gun, and it doesn't get much better than this, except for this and maybe M1 Grand, because that's not a stripper clip, it's a end block, which is a different animal but similar. Those two guns though are the guns to run if you're gonna run a fixed magazine. Anyway, in short, I do not recommend the Tapco mag. Have a nice night. Be sure to subscribe and don't forget to thumbs up the video.